Hello friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy CowboyJobu, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Because without you guys, well, this just doesn't work. This video is going to be a little bit different than what I usually have. Dear Jerry, we've met a couple of times. I'm sure you don't remember me. I mean, you are the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, a team that's worth billions, the most valuable franchise in the NFL. Wow. Can't believe this still works. It's a clock. This clock, yeah, this is what we used to have growing up. This clock is from 1983. It belonged to my dad. And see, Jerry, like I said, we've met on a couple occasions. Commissioner's Party, NFL honors, and things.
Hey friends, Mark Holmes here with Jerry Jones, right behind me, literally. Jobu Sports Report covers like nobody else. Hey Jerry. Oh, we met last year at Christmas party. Yeah, you know I'm one of the biggest Cowboy fans there is. You know, we actually need to talk.
Those weren't the right times, of course, to really have a heart-to-heart conversation with you. It's all good. I mean, I'm nobody special. You own the Dallas Cowboys. You've got 5 Super Bowl champions. You're one of the richest people in the world. You are powerful as can be. Me, I'm Joe the fan, a guy who has a day job. So it's okay that you don't remember me. The Dallas Cowboys. You're the owner of the team. But I got to tell you, I feel invested in the Dallas Cowboys. I know a couple of legacy stones are peanuts, but those little 8x8 stones, I feel like that's my ownership. I feel like the maybe 15, 16 jerseys that I bought over the years makes me feel like I'm a part owner of the team. I feel like the money I spend on tickets going to the game makes the Cowboys feel like they're part mine. In fact, I spend the most valuable thing that I own on the Dallas Cowboys, and that's my time. And time is irreplaceable. Time you can't buy. You can't give it to somebody else. And once it's gone, it's gone. Time, it is the most valuable thing in earth. And it doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, or different. You only have so much of it. And I invest a lot of my time with the Dallas Cowboys. Now here's the thing. Philadelphia Eagles aren't wasting time. They're not resting on their laurels. They just won the Super Bowl. And how did they get there? By taking chances, by taking risks, by being bold, by doing things different than everybody else. They had a good backfield, but you know what? They said, you know what? Let's see if we get Jay Ajayi and get a little bit better with that. You know what? We got Carson Wentz. He's a great quarterback. But you know what? Let's get a Nick Foles as a backup in case shit happens and something happens to Carson Wentz. They got Fletcher Cox on that defense. And what do? Surprise everybody, and they make a trade for Michael Bennett. Jerry, we're in an arms race right now. And have you seen the arms on Michael Bennett? Now, maybe it looks bigger because he wears those, lingerie football shoulder pads that are 10 sizes too small. But you see the arms. You see what our team's going to have to face on that defense next year? Time. It's precious. And the clock is running. We can't continue to waste our time doing the same thing. You know what? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Here's what I do. I'm not that bright. I'm not that good looking. Haven't been born with a silver spoon. But I solve problems. And you know how I solve problems? I sit back, look at the problem, and say, what is the best thing I can do to fix this problem? And I put all effort forth in fixing that problem. And you know what? A lot of times it doesn't work. So then you step back, you look at the problem again, come up with a different path. See, I never worry about anything because worry never solves anything. You have to figure out what's the best thing I can do, and if it doesn't work, you change plans and try something different. All right. We've tried bargain basement shopping in free agency. The Nolan Carrolls, the Demontre Moores, Cedric Thorntons. They didn't make good backups, and most of them were cut before the season was over, leaving money behind. Okay? We've tried that. I know we've tried in the past signing Brandon Carr, thinking that he was going to be the shutdown corner, but maybe we overvalued him. We tried a problem child in Greg Hardy, and none of those worked. Okay. Well, here's the thing. Philadelphia isn't waiting. And I know everybody says, well, we're over the cap. Or excuse me, we only have $600,000 under the cap. Well, guess what? Before that trade was made for Michael Bennett, and I don't know the details of it, they were $10 million over the cap. But they found a way, or they're going to find a way, to improve their team. And that's where we are. We're competing against Philadelphia. And the clock is ticking. You've got to be bold and do something different. We can't bargain basement shop and say we're just going to sign our own players and hope for a different result. We have to improve. The first thing you can do to truly improve this team and this defense, instead of keeping our defense as our offense will keep the ball, and that way it'll protect our defense. Screw that philosophy. You need a defense that stops people and gets the ball. Step number one, Demario Davis. And I know some people are going to say, oh, you're just talking about that guy because you know him or you've worked with him. Yeah. I could say the same exact thing I said last year, Jerry, about Calais Campbell. I said, that's the guy you go for because he will make an impact. He will be the biggest bang for your buck on that defensive line with the pass rush. He'll make your linebackers better by keeping them clean and taking two players on that offense on him. He'll make your secondary better because they'll have less time they have to hold up. And I know I'm a nobody. I'm a guy with a day job. I mean, Calais Campbell, what did he do? Oh, runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah. If we had had that guy last year on that defense, I guarantee you we would have been in the playoffs, just like Jacksonville. But that's okay. That's water over the bridge. There's nothing we can do about that. Shout out to Calais Campbell. Congratulations on one hell of a season. Demario is that guy. And unlike what we've done in the past, he is different. He's not a Greg Hardy, who's a problem child. He's a solid citizen. He's a guy who's very intelligent, who's not thinking about the next move. He's thinking about 3 steps down the road move. He's a field general. Let's just look at the numbers. Forget the fact that he's never missed a game in his career. 585 tackles, 13 and a half sacks. But let's just go back to last year where he had 135 tackles. 5th in the NFL. 5 sacks. Not too bad. And 97 solo tackles. 97. That led the NFL. Put him in the middle, Jerry. You already are moving Jalen Smith outside to strong side. Sean Lee is best suited on the weak side. With his speed and ability and not having to take on the offensive lineman, it's going to prolong his career and keep him on the field. If you had Demario Davis on that defense last year, been in the playoffs. Bold moves. The clock is ticking. Time waits for nobody. Soon you're going to have to pay Dak Prescott, Zeke Elliott. The clock's ticking. You need to make these moves now. Get these guys while you have an opportunity before you got to cash out and pay the quarterback through the nose like everybody else. And I still believe you need to make a move for Earl Thomas. Seattle's blowing up the defense. We know that because we got Chris Richard. We know that because they've traded Michael Bennett. We know that because they're cutting Richard Sherman as we speak now. They're desperate for draft picks. You got to be bold. You got to try something different to come up with a solution. I haven't been a great Jason Garrett fan and all that, but if you're going to keep him, give him every tool and opportunity to make that run. Instead of us just saying, oh, defense, let's not keep you on the field. Let's get that defense and say our defense is on the field and watch them knock the snot out of somebody and get the ball for our offense. That will be the difference in winning and losing, Jerry. Like I said, I'm Joe the fan. I have spent my lifetime watching the Dallas Cowboys. I will support them win, lose, or draw. But Jerry, you need to get bold, buddy. And I'm going to keep this clock that used to belong to my father that he gave to me. I can't believe that it actually still works because the battery that was in it was corroded. I'm going to keep it here, this new home, as a reminder that the clock is ticking. Jerry, like I said, I'd love to sit down and talk with you. I'm going to be spending my time coming to Dallas for the draft. We're getting an RV. We'll have Shango. We'll have Law Nation. We'll have Vosh. We'll have a lot of other great guys there. And I'm hoping maybe you can spend a little time with me and my gang. I'm Mark Holmes. It's CowboyJobu, hoping for some bold moves for my Dallas Cowboys. I will see you guys. Hey friends, CowboyJobu here at the Jobu Report. The Dallas Cowboy fans are elated. The Redskins fans, not so much. How about them Cowboys? Wait a minute.
Sorry, man, the most comfortable hat.
What the fuck? Talk about your confused fans. But who cares? The Dallas Cowboys beat the Washington Redskins for the third time in a row at FedEx. Gotta love it.